Joey is more than just Adam's older brother. He's also his running backs coach on the football team. And the pressure to succeed here on the turf at Stadium Field gets even more intense when the family gets together. It is a story of doors being closed, a story of doubt from every direction, and a story with a chance for validation on the biggest of stages.
Blistering speeds that flips you, twists you, and does almost everything imaginable on a roller coaster. And I am gonna test it.
Does Geno still need another Heisman moment like you had, or does his 8-touchdown game against Baylor earlier in the season carry on enough in voters' minds?
If they have size on their side, experience could be on your side. This is your second trip to the tournament in the last 3 years. What did you learn as a head coach from your first trip to the tournament?
Well, there's a lot of this kind of stuff that's involved with it.
After 17 years in the NFL, Ray Lewis can still remember back to his rookie year in the league when he sacked a quarterback for the first time. Victim number one for Ray Lewis, current 49ers head coach Jim Harbaugh.
And on Saturday, it becomes a football field, with previous names like Jeter and Cano, in come Stedman and Tavon. But this just isn't any father-son weekend activity. The Hendershot team means business, and business means winning. I learned that I can't hit, can't throw, and I can't catch, and those are all very crucial parts of baseball. But I did come away with one thing, and that's I still love the game, and for one day, I was an actual baseball player. Thank you very much, John. We are here at Marietta College with Marietta basketball coach John Vanderwall. And coach, first thing is first. You have Dickinson College in the first round of the tournament. What do you know about your opponent?
Well, we've been watching film on them for the last couple of days. They're a talented group. You know, they're 20-7, a lot like us. I think it's two very evenly matched teams. They have some length on us. They've got some long, tall guys, and so we're going to have to probably be the more physical, more explosive team, I hope. And but they're a good team. They've got a great four-man who's an all-league player, and their point guard's first team all-league as well. So we've got a big challenge ahead of us, but we're looking forward to it.
If they have size on their side, experience could be on your side. This is your second trip to the tournament in the last 3 years. What did you learn as a head coach from your first trip to the tournament?
Well, there's a lot of this kind of stuff that's involved with it, and a lot of distractions that you kind of got to monitor a little bit. But yeah, I think it's huge that we've had kids that have played in it before. You know, they've handled that pressure. We've just played 2 elimination games in the OAC tournament, and they were both obviously very close, overtime games. So, you know, I think we've got experience playing in close games. We've got experience handling a national tournament type experience. Just looking forward to the challenge, and I think our kids will respond.
Let's talk about the OAC tournament a little bit. The crowd in here for both games was absolutely electric. Both games going to overtime. How did the crowd affect the way that your team played?
Well, you know, I think our kids feed off that for sure, and it definitely gave us some momentum. You know, we did not play very well against Mount Union for most of the game, but we finally started to make a run, and, you know, I think when we got on that 19-0 run, our kids really fed off the crowd, and they definitely inspired our guys to keep it going.
A couple of those kids, especially Jacob Owens and J.J. Martin, seniors who have been here before, they know how to play. Can you put into words what they've meant for the program?
You know, those guys have made a lot of big plays along the way. They're the all-time winningest class. You know, our seniors this year are the all-time winningest class in school history. They've done so much for this program. I'm so happy for them, and I just hope they can keep this ride going for a little bit longer.
Let's talk about just the program as a whole. It's trending upward, it seems to be. The success in recent years has been unprecedented on a level. Where do you see this program going?
Well, we hope to compete for league championships year in and year out, and hopefully be a national tournament type team. I mean, I think the team that we have this year is exactly what we want this program to be about. You know, we were right in the mix all year long to play for the OAC championship title, and now we're in the national tournament. We feel like we can make a run, and, you know, hopefully maybe this year or one of these years we're going to have a national championship caliber team. I mean, that's our goal is to build this program to compete for national championships year in and year out.
Tyler Hammond took the game over. You put the ball in his hands when it came down 15, and then in overtime. What does he mean to this team?
Well, he's our biggest playmaker. You know, he's a guy that we lean on pretty heavy to get out there and create shots not only for himself but for his teammates. He's explosive. He's really hard to guard, and I think he's one of the toughest matchups in Division III. And so, especially when we're down and we're struggling, we tend to go to him to create things. And I thought he did a great job with that in the championship game.
Coach, best of luck in the NCAA tournament. And for fans at home who want to see the game, there are still tickets available. Call the Marietta College Athletic Department for more ticket information. John, back to you in the studio.
All right, exciting run for the Marietta College.
Before we put a cap on West Virginia's Orange Bowl win, there's one more story to share. It is a story of doors being closed, a story of doubt from every direction, and a story with a chance for validation on the biggest of stages. Here is the story of Tavon Austin in his own words.
Where I'm from, you gotta go hard. I mean, you can't go home. People, if you don't think you go hard, people gonna come home and tell you ain't go hard. So you know, a lot of things right on this game.
Use this clock. It is Austin. Wow. To the goal line and in. Another Tavon Austin touchdown. And what an incredible half by the Mountaineer offense.
From the little middle school and elementary schools I've been in, all of them been bad. I've been around a lot of bad people. Homeboys been locked up and all that stuff. So, I mean, when I look at it now, you definitely don't think I'll be here. Well, I definitely don't think I'll be here just because the place I came from, too. And really nobody really made it out.
Forced mistakes. They go again, just flicking forward to Tavon Austin, trying to get the edge. He got a nice block to get inside the 15. Austin going toward the goal line is ruled in for the touchdown.
Then one time a teacher told me I wasn't ever going to make it. I told her I want to be a football player and I'm going to play in the college level, hopefully NFL. She told me I wasn't going to make it, my attitude. So, I mean, I'm thankful that I'm finally here and it really came true. And then the only thing I'm going to say, she was my third grade teacher.
2nd and 6, Austin takes it quickly from Smith, seeking the pylon. Austin dives. Touchdown!
What do you have to say to that third grade teacher now?
Hey, I'm here now, man. I mean, I really got to say nothing. She see me, so that's all I'm worried about.
There are 5 UTV teams sponsored by Polaris in the nation, and one of them is in Marietta. The sponsorship came after years of hard work from the team at Hendershot Racing.
After placing second in the Grand National Cross Country Circuit in 2011, Polaris approached us about accepting a factory sponsorship for the 2012 race season.
We get an extreme amount of tech support. We have 3 different engineers that we actually work with Polaris, and they're a tremendous amount of help.
Hendershot Racing is run by the father-son tandem of Larry Hendershot and his son, Larry Jr. But this just isn't any father-son weekend activity. The Hendershot team means business, and business means winning.
It definitely puts on more pressure to us as a team, pressure to go out and do well. We have to make the company brand look good.
10, 15 years ago, I had no idea. I was still working in a power plant and doing this on the side. I had no idea that we would be where we are today. And I don't think my son did either.
Where they are now is a premier racing team on the Grand National Cross Country Series for UTV, and people have taken note of their success.
They look at me a little bit different, but now with the full factory support, a lot of people know the name.
It's really neat in working with the youth. We have a pretty big display at the Nationals, and a lot of the youth come up and want autographs and want our posters, and they recognize Team Hendershot.
Winning is a tradition at Parkersburg High. The Big Reds have been winning football games for decades. And so, too, have the Lindemoods.
My whole family is football family. My grandpa on my mom's side played here, J. Fred Early. He also went on to play at Notre Dame. He's in the Mid-Ohio Valley Hall of Fame.
Joey Lindemood was a first-team All-State selection for the Big Reds. Twice. Younger brother Matt was also on the first team. Twice. Now, youngest brother Adam is a senior at PHS and has his eyes set on lofty goals.
For myself, I'm setting an all-state goal. Hope to be first-team all-state. Also, just to, I think it'd be cool to break one of Matt's records for a season.
Adam's kind of got his own thing. I think he has more power than Matt and I did. I mean, I could see him playing next level, possibly as a scholarship athlete.
You may have also noticed another similarity with the Lindemood brothers. They're all running backs, and they all wear number 21.
It was Joey's favorite number when he got up here, and he got it. And then, you know, him being my bigger brother, I always wanted to have that number. So when Matt got it, I wanted even more.
Joey is more than just Adam's older brother. He's also his running backs coach on the football team. And the pressure to succeed here on the turf at Stadium Field gets even more intense when the family gets together.
When you mix work and family anywhere you go, it can kind of get sticky. I'm not yelling at him just because I'm the mean older brother. I'm the coach trying to make him the best he can be.
That creates a really good bond, so he can tell me what to do. I guess I probably accept it easier. I probably feel more comfortable with him than some of the other coaches.
The Lindemood brothers and the Big Reds begin their season against Brook. In Parkersburg, Rich Donnelly, WTAP Sports. Right now, home plate is in the end zone. If Derek Jeter was there today, instead of playing shortstop, he'd be inside the 20-yard line.
I'm excited. Yankee Stadium is a terrific venue. It's one of the ones that I never thought I'd get a chance to play in, being that I'm not a baseball player. But being here at this bowl game is going to provide me with a tremendous experience, and I look forward to it.
It's Yankee Stadium, a cathedral to baseball fans, and on Saturday, it becomes a football field. With previous names like Jeter and Cano, in come Stedman and Tavon.
I've been a fan of Derek Jeter. I don't watch baseball as much, but I mean, I know that Derek Jeter is a very good player, and you know, this New York Yankee team is a very great team, and you know, it's a lot of history behind it, and so it's an honor to be playing here in this stadium.
It'll definitely be something to look back on. You know, a lot of great players play here, and it's a baseball field. You know, so a lot of the players that we look up to, and as far as whoever look at baseball, you know, so it definitely feel good if I can take a punt return or a kick return back, and you know, just look in his stands and say, well, Derek Jeter, one of them probably knocked the home run over this gate. So you know, it's definitely something.
Playing in the home of the Bronx Bombers truly does show that the Mountaineers are now under the bright lights of the Big Apple. Reporting from the Bronx, New York, Rich Donnelly, WTAP Sports. Rich Donnelly here. We're driving up to Washington, Pennsylvania. Parkersburg and the Mid-Ohio Valley may be getting a Frontier League baseball team in the next couple of years, and their tryouts are today. Full disclosure, I have never played organized baseball before in my life, so wish me luck. In the 60, I ran an 8.22, and you ran what?
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, 6.5.
A little bit faster than me.
Just a little bit.
60-yard dash, I ran an 8.22.
Okay.
You're smiling a little too much for me here. What did you run?
6.8.
That's a lot better than me.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be working out with the infielders, so where you're standing right now is where you're going to be able to throw the ball from. So if you look over to where first base is, it's pretty far. Knowing your experience in baseball, I think what you should concentrate on most is being able to get the ball to first base in the air. That's going to be important.
I may have gotten myself into way more than I signed up for when we were back in Parkersburg. Trying out as a second baseman here. Can you critique me? How do you think I did?
You call those attempts?
Did you get a chance to see me at second base there?
Oh, yeah, I saw the skill a little bit.
Realistically, what level of baseball do you think I could play?
You know, I say, top-notch, high school.
Fielding, I got 1 out of 4. That's like 25%. So they say in baseball, if you succeed 1 out of 3, you could be a Hall of Famer.
Hitting 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3, you're a Hall of Famer. Catching, not so much.
So you'd say I'm maybe not on the team?
Maybe, maybe trainer, maybe
reporter.
Yeah, reporter.
Maybe a reporter for the team.
Yeah, you know, that's a crazy idea, but actually a good one. That's pretty good.
Not bad. Not a bad idea there.
You know, got to look for it. You know, you could probably do a reporter.
So my tryout for the Frontier League is over. Unfortunately, I learned that I can't hit, can't throw, and I can't catch, and those are all very crucial parts of baseball. But I did come away with one thing, and that's I still love the game, and for one day, I was an actual baseball player. From the Frontier League tryouts in Washington, Pennsylvania, Rich Donnelly, WTAP Sports. We're here at Cedar Point for their newest ride, the Gatekeeper. Almost a mile long of track and blistering speeds that flips you, twists you, and does almost everything imaginable on a roller coaster. And I am going to test it.
It was really fun. The beginning, you kind of felt like you were flying. And
it's a really good ride. It's definitely a signature ride for Cedar Point. It's right up front. The keyholes are genius.
Trust me, when you ride it, it's like greased lightning. It's an entirely different experience. There's some great air time. The transitions are very smooth. When you fly through the keyhole, you want to pull up your legs and duck because you think it's like the end, you know.
The Gatekeeper is the newest ride at the park, but as Cedar Point General Manager John Hildebrandt says, the park was not interested in adding just a generic roller coaster.
Well, Cedar Point is the roller coaster capital of the world. That's been our calling card, our claim to fame for many years. We're committed to always having the best roller coasters. So when the concept of the wing coaster came along, and a manufacturer came knocking on our door and saying, "Hey, look what we're trying to dream up here," we encouraged it. We said, "That could be pretty cool."
Developed in Europe, the Gatekeeper's wing design was years in the making. Riders are suspended in the air with nothing below their feet and nothing above their heads.
And we said, we want one, but it's got to be Cedar Point-ized. It's got to be the biggest. It's got to be the fastest. It's got to have the most inversions. It's got to be the coolest. The mother of all wing roller coasters. Because that's our trademark. That's what we do.
And this ride is really great for the entire family to ride on. You have Millennium Force, which is perfect for thrill junkies, Dragster, which is perfect for people who love speed, and then you have Magnum for people who love airtime, feeling like they're getting launched out of their seats. It's perfect.
It's an amazing ride. I think it's great for all family members, and I actually think it's definitely a gateway for people who want to try a roller coaster and they're a little bit nervous. I think it's perfect for that.
It's everything we hoped it would be. So it's going to be one of the very top attractions at Cedar Point, and I think for a long time.
From Sandusky, Ohio, Rich Donnelly, WTAP.